Hello there. Welcome back to the next episode of All the Mods 10, where last episode we built this max size reactor behind us. And if you didn't see last episode, this may not look max size, but that's because we had to put it in the floor as well to fill in all the space that we did not have. So it is max size. And now that we have, what is it, cyanite coming in at good amounts, we can go ahead and move on with the mod. So there are two paths that we need to follow in order to follow through with the mod. There are three paths here, but we only care about the path down here. This path up here is for turbines. So if you want to create more power with your reactor, you could like actively cool this one, for example, and then have it produce like steam and stuff like that. But I don't care. We have enough power as of now, and there are better ways to generate power. So I'm not using these for power. This one is generating almost 6 million tick, but it's really just a byproduct at this point. I really just wanted it for the cyanite. So we need to follow these two other paths down here. We're going to need... Okay, let's just complete this quest, though. It wants us to have 4 uranium. There, how about a stack? Does that satisfy you? Okay. Go ahead and claim that quest. Oak drawer, 2x2. Very nice. We have the cyanite here, which is needed for processing our waste. So here you need a processor casing. So now that we have some cyanite from our baby reactor, we have a max size reactor, buddy. It's not a baby. Full grown. We'll want a way to reprocess that waste into something useful. To do this, we'll need to build another multiblock, the reprocessor. This takes a lot of cyanite, so start stocking up. Well, I have a lot. We have a lot. And it takes a bucket of water. So I'm hoping that this craft recipe can use just the water in our system. Not need to like have a bucket. So if we ask for a reprocessor, and I want like, yes, I love it. So it says here for the next quest that the reprocessor is a 3x3x7 multi-block. So there's not like some massive reprocessor we have to build. Not that we had to build the max size reactor either, but this is like a set size that we have to use. So the heart of this multi-block is the controller. We'll go ahead. These prismarine crystals are weird. um, we'll go ahead, make a recipe for that. We'll need an imports and exports. Reprocessor collector. I've never made this before, so this is all new to me. I'm just going to make sure that none of these recipes require anything weird. It looks like they do not. So building the frame. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get all these things together. It looks like it says we'll need like probably one of each. For this one at least. And then I think we'll need to make multiple of these. But for right now, we just need one of each. All right, we now have all the quests done, like so. And I guess this is going to make us plutonium. So to build the frame, we need a reprocessor. We need a lot of casings. This also means a lot of cyanite. We have more than enough. Start by building a hollow 3x3, 3 block wide, 3x3 and 7 blocks tall. This is the frame. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We have plenty of room over here. Plenty of room. And there we go, a hollow 3x3x7. Then if you just scroll through, you just gotta replace the ports in there and stuff. So what I'm thinking is our power port can probably just go here. Our controller, I think I have a plan here. We'll go there. Then, well, actually, here. The controller here. Have our waste injector, our fluid injector, which I actually don't know if we need, and our output port there. Then I think we can just go ahead and fill in this spot. Where does this go? Go on the bottom like this. And I didn't read everything, so the reprocessor collector, it has to be down here, but the waste injector port, waste injector here actually has to be up here. I don't have a choice on that, or the collector. We'll go ahead and put this here, and then we'll just fill this up, and then you can also fill in the you can fill in this with reprocessor glass if you want. So reprocessor glass. Yep, that seems pretty standard. Go ahead and do that. Throw it in our system. And then we can just ask for some. We have 10. Put that away. Then when I do this, it should form. Yes. Very nice. Now we have a reprocessor controller. And to power it, we're just going to go ahead and use a power thing right here. Now it should have power. Very nice. So then once it's built, we're just going to pump in water and the cyanites. These cyanites, which we already have, and then water, which we have infinite amounts of. So we can have the output, the fluid injector, and then that's up there. What I'm going to go ahead and do is we have our controller over there. I'm going to go ahead and just run the rest of our cable here. Yeah, run the rest of the cable over there. So now we have our cable over here run from underground, and then so as our output port, we'll want a importer there, and then we'll want an exporter here, and then we're also going to want an exporter up top right there. And then for this exporter, we will just say we want to cyanites like so. And then here for export bus, we'll just say we want to export water like so. And let's make sure this thing's running as fast as it can. I don't think it'll be able to run too fast. But there we go. So now it should have everything it needs. And then I come in here and just click it on. Now it should work. And then, yep, it starts falling down and making this cool animation and turns it into plutonium. And if we check our system, we are now making plutonium. So let's go ahead and put it in our inventory here. And we should mark the quest off. Very nice. A compacting drawer. And go put that away, that away. Before we progress any further down this tree, I want to progress down this tree as well. So now we need to make the fluidizer. The fluidizer is same thing. You're using waste to create all this stuff. And it looks pretty easy to make. Gotta get rid of that. And this uranium, glowstone, comparator, fluidizer casing is actually just uranium. So not the plutonium, which is nice. So go ahead and make recipes for that. And then it's pretty much the same story as our reprocessor. You need the operation modules and all of that. Yeah, let's get the glass because I want to see what's going on in there. We'll want the power ports, the output ports. Everything is looking pretty standard so far. And yep, so I'll go ahead and make recipes for this and get it all crafted. Everything should be crafted, so I'll go ahead and put it all on my inventory. It should complete all the quests, I would think. And go and collect all of our rewards, which is all very useless to me. But I collect it anyway because I like rewards. Nice. And then the Rosinite. So by using the fluidizer, we can combine plutonium and yellorium to make Verderium. I don't know if I'm saying that right. When used as a fuel in a reactor, Verderium produces Rosinite as a reactant. We need this. To use Verderium as a fuel, you'll need to make the fuel injector ports for your reactor. Note, you might need to empty out the fuel currently in your reactor or make a new reactor for this purpose. So since plutonium is used for this new thing, we are very easily outpacing or how much cyanite we're converting. So that's no problem there. And I know our uranium supplies are dropping. We have enough for a little bit longer at least, and that's fine. Like I said last episode, the bees are not going to cut it. It's not nothing, but it's not mass like the biggest size reactor supplying. Okay. So I'm going to make at least 2 or 3 more of the reprocessors and then back. And there we go. Now we have 4 reprocessor units making plutonium. Through my research online, it looks like the max size for a fluidizer is a 16 by 16. I couldn't find anything else that said otherwise. I saw a 17 by 17, but the GitHub, like all the mods 9 GitHub says 16 by 16, and that's some Reddit thing said 17 by 17. So we're gonna go with the 16 just to be safe here, because I don't want to like rebuild it again. So we're gonna do a, to my knowledge, max size fluidizer as well. I don't think we'll need it, but we don't need this either, to be honest. And it looks like we'll have to cut into the ceiling for this one. I just want to put it on top of this, to be honest. Very nice. Now we have a little room in the ceiling. Now we have like the base frame kind of here. I'm going to go ahead and put the ports in. So we should be able to put the injector ports back here, I guess. like right here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. So that's the solid injector. Here's our fluid injector. Then our fluidizer output. We can put here, I guess. And we're also going to a power tap. Then the controller we'll just put like right here. And then fill the rest in the glass. And once I fill in these three, hopefully it works. No, it did not. That's not good. I guess I'll tear this down and make it smaller, just because I guess the only thing that it affects is really just how much fluid the thing can hold, which we're immediately exporting it, so it just doesn't make any sense to make a max size one. So I'll make multiple small ones, I guess, and see how that goes. All right, this size worked. I guess the 16 by 16 is not a thing, so the 5 by 5 worked though. So now we have ran some smart cabling over here, which basically means we just need. I have so much of this stuff left over now. Uh, but which now means we need importers and exporters, and we'll want to import on our solid injectors here, and then output port. Throw an import down there, and then for one side we're gonna want plutonium. Plutonium which we're making here, so let's get fill the plutonium. How much have we made so far? Almost 3,000 ingots. So then over here, it says, so in the quest line, it says you need to mix plutonium with yellorium. However, there is no yellorium ingot. So if you look at your yellorium, there is raw yellorium, but I don't see it somewhere else. And we're not really producing yellorium. I must have mined it somewhere. I'm not really sure. Which basically just means we're gonna see if uranium works, because when you smelt down yellorium, it does make uranium. Uranium ingot. Where are you? Here. So let's do that there, and we should have uranium. And if I flip this on, oh, you might need some power. Now that I think about it. So yeah, now they're combining and making Verderium, which is what we want. And now we are importing it into the system. And it looks like we're going to need accelerator cards on this bad boy. And the other one should be fine. Should keep up. Next thing is, I said you can either use it as a fuel port. So you can we can either reuse what you're doing here and just flush it out, or make a new reactor. I'm not going to make another max size reactor, because we can actually use this full reactor to produce all the plutonium we need. Like all the cyanite, I mean. And then our next size, like this is just, you'd have to multiply this by unholy amounts to get enough uranium to actually properly use a max size reactor. So I'm going to go ahead and do instead is just make another smaller reactor. But this time we're going to need a reactor fuel injection port to use the uranium we're making now. And there we go. The baby reactor next to the big boy reactor is now complete. And on the side here, we just have the fuel injection port for the rosinite we're making, or the uranium that we're making, and then the fuel injection port for the output of the rosinite that we should be making, which means all we need to do now is just really run this under here and grab some arch cable, bring it up like so, all the way. Then we can make quantum entangle porters. And gotta make this too. That's fine. Now that we have that hooked up, all we need to do now is grab our export bus here, import bus there, and let's make sure we have acceleration cards on both of them, just to make sure we're getting everything we can out of it. And then what was it? I forgot. It is Verderium. So where'd it go? The Verderium, we'll bookmark it and then export it here. And this will start filling up our thing with the fuel we need. And it looks like this thing can only hold 108 buckets. And we've already made, I mean, made over 200, so make close to 300 buckets. And then if we go ahead and just flip this on, doesn't make much power, but we should, in theory, be making rosenites. Yes. Again, efficiency is not the name of the game. We just want to get as much of the material as we possibly can, as quickly as we can. And it looks like this might be sustainable, possibly. No, it won't. Maybe. And yeah, we are gaining on Verderium, but Verderium, however you want to say it, but kind of slowly, and which means this will be able to run forever, which is what we want, which is why I made the reactor the way it is. So now if we check, we should have Rosenite coming in the system. Nice. Which means we can go ahead and continue on our journey here towards the Insanite block. We just need Insanite, so now that we have Rosenite, you can mix it with uh benitoite. I don't know how to say that. To create Insanites. I don't know how to make that. So let's start with Ludicrite. That seems to be the furthest away. Using the reprocessor, we can combine everything we made so far to make a few ingots. Note, you might need to make a fluidizer to complete the step. Ludicrites. You need to make a reprocessor with cyanites and plutonium. Make Ludicrite. That's fine. So to get cyanite, we just need to put it in a fluidizer. Nice. So let's go make another fluidizer here and put cyanite in it. So I've been watching the cyanite for a little bit here, and it seems like we're stagnating on how much cyanite we have with all four of these running at the same time, which is actually insane. It only takes four of these to stagnate a insanely inefficient max size reactor. But yeah, so what I'm going to do here is probably just remove this one for now. That way we can save some of it for our new fluidizer over here, in which case we will hook it up now. Put that there, our import bus here, acceleration as per usual, and then come over here and just say we want some cyanites. Cyanite here, and then we should get it in there. We're powered up, and then all we need to do is go ahead and click it on, and we are now producing cyanite in liquid form. And now we are definitely in a deficit now. I guess I'll turn two of them off because you're not exporting cyanite anymore. I guess I'll turn you off as well. And now we are in a slight surplus of cyanite, which is what we want. I don't want to run out of cyanite and then cause everything else to shut down. I want to be able to use everything consistently. So what we actually can go ahead and do is repurpose one of the reprocessors to just do this Ludicrite stuff. So instead of importing water, we'll just do cyanite and then throw some of the plutonium in there. So there we go. And if you want to do this also, and there's water in here still, just go down to your controller and hit void fluids. That'll get rid of the water that's already in there. And then here we can go ahead and get the, if I could spell plutonium. There we go. And now you should be on. And now we are making, what was it? Ludicrite. So then to make reticulite, we need to use this and magnetite. Interesting, interesting. So we need to get magnetites, and we should be building up our Ludicrite blocks. We can sanite. You need rosenite, which we're making in that. So how does one acquire magnetite? You get it by fluidizing magnetite ingots. That would make sense. If I think about it for 2 seconds, that would make sense. Okay, this is not helpful. If you go to the previous quest and read, like I do not like, and I don't do that. I don't read. So this can be used as fuel for your reactor and creates its own waste called magnetite. So we need to now make another reactor with plutonium, which we are honestly not making enough of. But this is insane. The max size reactor is actually needed. I thought I was just being overkill, but oh my, do we need it. Time to make another baby reactor. All right, we have another baby reactor on top of the other baby reactor. And now we can go ahead and put our plutonium in here. And then we should be able to export everything else. It'll slowly fill up with plutonium. Takes 2,000, so 2 buckets, question mark. Or max capacity, so 100. 100 hits, I guess. Let's go up the pace a little bit here, shall we? Not a patient times. So go ahead and turn this on. This turns gives a little bit of power. Again, I don't really care about the power, but we might as well take it out if we're making it anyway. And then what's it make? Hey, please, please. Where are you? Been running for like a minute or two now, and there's just nothing. Are you producing something else I don't know about? Right? Producing that. Cyanite. Graphite. Rosin. Cyanite. I am really confused what's happening here. It's on. There's no waste being built up anywhere. I took out the export thing to see how quickly it's using plutonium. And it looks like it's not even used. So I guess plutonium just lasts forever. Viewer activity 99. We still haven't even used an ingot. Which means I think we just change this to 100%. Change it for all. And that should start eating the plutonium. Question mark. Oh, no, that turns it all the way down. Whoops. I guess we're just waiting. Wow, this plutonium lasts forever. What the hell? Alright, I was gone for like 5 minutes. And we've officially used 2 ingots. That is very slow. Next question. Can you time wand a reactor? No. So next up in the process here is to magnetite. Well, the fluidizer and magnetite we got. So I'll build another fluidizer, and then after that, we just need to put Ludicrite in there. I don't think Ludicrite's used for anything. It might be used for what do you call it? We'll get Ludicrite bees if we want. We might want magnetite bees actually because, or wait, I misspelled it. If they have magnetite bees, let me see. Where is it? Magnetite, There are bees for this, and I think we will use it. Bees for this part just because it's abysmally slow. Like, abysmally. In order to get the magnetite bee, though, you gotta feed a plutonium bee, magnetite block. To get a plutonium bee, you gotta look up its spawn egg, plutonium bee, spawn egg. Where are you? You need to reprocess water and a cyanite bee spawn egg. Get a cyanite bee spawn egg. We need get cyanite bees, which is just radioactive bees, and cyanite blocks, which we can do. So what we'll go ahead and do is just go ahead and create 2, count them, 2 radioactive bees. We will feed said radioactive bees with cyanite, creating cyanite bees. Then we're going to need 2 spawn eggs for them. So we're going to go ahead and throw both the cyanite bees in here. And then I think they should breed with flowers. I'm hoping they breed with flowers. Yes, they do. So go ahead and make that, and then we'll get the spawn eggs for them. All right, one little overkill there, and now we have 5. We only need 2 though. And now we have 2 spawn eggs. Go ahead and put that back, and then we just need to reprocess these. And luckily, one of these is no longer in use, so we go ahead and just throw that in there. And now if we check our spawn egg, we have 2 plutonium bees. Now we have them in here, and if we already have 2 plutonium bees, we might as well just make them and like use them. There's no reason not to really. Just because I mean we're already here, so I guess we'll do it anyway. We also have the cyanite bees as well because we had to have them anyway. So again, we might as well use them. Takes over 700 diamonds to make 8 of these upgrades. Insanity. So our cyanite bees are also already maxed out because that's just how I roll. Where'd the other ones go? I thought I had more. Did I not? Why do the cyanite bees? Oh wait, they're right here. They're They're in there already. Okay. I put them in the plutonium spot. Oh. And we'll go ahead and give the maxed out plutonium bees a home. I need to add more heated centrifuges because they're all full. And that kind of solves our uranium problem anyway. So we could probably just get rid of the uranium bees, to be honest, and then turn the reactor off, and we'd be fine. Because as it stands right now, there's no way for us to feasibly get more uranium. The mystical agriculture seeds won't really add much, and then we could just make our current mining setup bigger. However, it causes enough lag as is, so I don't want to add on to that. And that's kind of like where we're at in the series. I do want to keep building these really big, cool things. However, my PC is just slowly but surely, ever so gently hinting at me that it cannot keep taking this punishment. So in order to make the Magnetite bee, we have to make its spawn egg. And to get the Ludicrite bee spawn egg, which is what we need, you have to look it up the recipe for it. You have to give a cyanite bee a feeding slab and then give it plutonium bee spawn eggs. So that's what I have to do. So we'll come over here and replace out the cyanite. And I'm kind of sad I have to do this, but we don't really have a choice in terms of resources, just because it's not really that possible to keep this kind of production up without doing something insanely laggy. And the magnetite itself is just taking 6,000 years to make. Like we're only at 7. It's ridiculous. Well, actually, now that I look at the recipes, we don't need the Ludicrite bee because the Ludicrite we're simply just using to turn into this Insanite stuff. Because are we? We have we have the rosinite making. And then Ludicrite and so we need the reticulite, which is this magnetite and the Ludicrite. And the reticulite is what we're using to make the Inanites, which is the Insanite block. Okay, so let's look into Insanite right now, actually, while we're waiting. And never mind what I said earlier, Ludicrite bees are back on the table because we need them to pollinate for reticulite, which then pollinates for Insanite. And yeah, each block of this takes a whole block of Inanite, and it would just take way too long. So in order to make Insanite, we need the rosinette, which we already have, and the thing I can't pronounce. I don't know how to get this stuff, actually. Probably in a quest somewhere. So it looks like it's an ore that can be found in the nether. So if we look it up, the benitoite, there's no bees for it. I have to go mining for this stuff? Who do you think I am, a peasant? You can't even, like, do whatever to this stuff. Like, you can't, like, process it down and get more out of it. So yeah, then we're definitely going to make those bees because I am not about to go mining every time we need to make a new block. We found a little batch here, so I'll go ahead and mine this. Then we have 5 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down our digital miner, hit the config on this. Turn off whatever filters we have here. Item stack of this, save, and run it. Yes. Oh, power. I forgot. All right, let's see how far this gets us, shall we? Okay, so we definitely got enough to make at least 9 ingots, which is all we're shooting for here. So go ahead and make another fluidizer. Oh, it's reprocessor. Just kidding. We should have a reprocessor full here, or free. What I'm trying to say. So go here and go ahead and trash that fluid. You're not doing anything, and then I want you to get some rosinite. Rosin. Is that what it was? Right? Yeah, the rosinites, and go ahead and export that. And then you should be full of that, and then we should be able to that what's it called? This stuff, and then I should be able to just throw it in here. And we will slowly make an anite or insanite. And we just want to make a 9 so we can make a block for the bees. Okay, now that we have the nanite ingots required, let's go ahead and start working on the bees. And we will end up needing all of the bees. I didn't think we would, but we will. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this real quick and get another feeding slab because we're going to need it. Put a feeding slab here and then put the block there. While we wait to get the magnetite enough for it to make the bees, we can go ahead and start with the cyanite. Or the Ludicrite bee spawn egg. So to get Ludicrite, we need a cyanite bee to pollinate a plutonium bee spawn egg. And we do have, I don't know if I have any extra, we don't have any extra bees, which is fine. So we'll just go ahead and steal some out of here. We just need 2 of them to come with us. And then we can come up here and start breeding them together with flowers and love. And they'll go through and they'll start doing all that. And then we'll be able to make the plutonium egg, which is needed for one of them. Needed for the Ludicrite bee spawn egg is what it's needed for. It's also worth noting that the Ludicrite bees cannot breed among themselves, so you have to get it this way. Oh, I also have to make sure to do this because it goes a little too fast for this thing to keep up. So we definitely want a little overkill. So here's all of that. We have 7 of those. Don't need all 7 of them. Go and grab an egg out of here. And then I also need a honey treat. So we'll just grab it out of the system. Do this, do that. 1 plutonium thing here. Put this here, that there. Now we have a plutonium bee spawn egg. And then we're going to use that with a cyanite bee to get the Ludicrite bee spawn egg. So come over to our cyanite people here. Put the spawn egg there. And it should be 100% chance. So we should be getting eggs in theory. Oh, so the egg doesn't stay there. The egg, once it pollinates, it goes away. We definitely need quite a few of these eggs. I guess it's a good thing we made more. And we have 1 plutonium spawn egg. Which means we have 1 Ludicrite. And Ludicrite is also used to make a nanite, and I don't think it's anything past that. So we're gonna want at least 12, maybe. Or we just get that and go straight to a nanite, so we only want 6. So maybe we have enough actually. We have 12 now, which is a little bit more than we needed, but I'll go ahead and just keep feeding it that way. And hopefully they'll just use them all. Yep. There we go. Now we have 13 Ludicrite bee spawn eggs, which is more than we wanted, but it's fine. And then we're going to need a reticulite bee to pollinate it in order to make the innate one. And to get a reticulite bee, you need to get a spawn egg. Kind of the same rules apply here. So if you look at the spawn egg here, it says we need a Ludicrite bee, which we now have, to pollinate a Magnetite bee spawn egg. So I guess we might as well use them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You all become best versions of yourself, please. Did I miss someone? Okay. I brought an extra one. Where'd you go? Stop. Come on. Oh, wait. I'm out of sturdy casing. I'm out of sturdy casing. You stay. No, wait. That's not what I wanted. Wrong one. I wanted these. There we go. And you craft Ludicrite blocks a little differently. I guess it takes an end crystal. Did not know that, but that's fine. And now they have something to pollinate. We'll just speed you up to make sure you work. Nice. Then I get the Magnetite, the Magnetite bee. I always need to feed a block of it to a plutonium bee. And I have a feeling we don't have enough. We don't. It takes forever. At least we have 1. I'm just gonna go make dinner while I wait for this. Shouldn't be too long. And there we go. Meal prepped for the week. Ate some food. Now we have enough for 1 other block. Now we just need to feed these blocks to these Magnetites. I don't like that word. Magnetite is what I will call them. We will breed them together. And while we wait for another couple ingots to make another block for them to pollinate on, go ahead and start getting their DNA so we can get the spawn egg for this, because we need their spawn egg. You know, Ludicrite bee to pollinate their spawn egg to get a reticulite spawn egg. We went a little overboard, but now we have 7 gene samples. And now we have 6 of their spawn eggs. Go ahead and give it to you guys. Tell them to pollinate. Up there, boys. Now it's all good. Should have 6 reticulite spawn eggs. And to get the Insanite spawn eggs, we need to get Insanite bees. And to get Insanite bees, we need the reticulite bees to pollinate Ludicrite bee spawn eggs. So we'll just take 1 spawn egg and spawn it to make a reticulite bee. And put it in. give it a feeding slab, please. Then we're going to take our Ludicrite bee spawn eggs and have it pollinate it. With the help of a time wand, this will be very quick. Hopefully. One is not max upgraded, it just takes a little longer. But now we have 7 of these Insanite bee spawn eggs, and we should be able to go ahead and get these bees pollinate a reticulite bee spawn egg, which we have some left over. So I don't think we have any Insanite actually. We don't have any. I'll get this. We reprocess reticulites. Got it. We've got about 360 pound. Is this also? It is a weird one for a block. So we'll go ahead and do that there. Give this bee something to pollinate. It's also worth mentioning that at this point, in order to craft the Insanite block, you need Insanite and Nanite. So make sure you leave some just Nanite bees just for crafting the block. I also went ahead and just upgraded this guy to all the max stats just because. And now because of the bee, we have a little bit more reticulite. Now we just need to make an Nanite, which is just reticulite reprocessed with the rosinite that we already have. So we just go ahead and throw half a stack into one at a time. On. Why don't you like this? Verticulates with rosinite makes an nanite. You have what you want. That was weird. It's also worth noting that none of these bees can breed amongst themselves, so it's kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna give 4 bees. We'll keep 4 nanite bees, and the other 3 will convert to insanite. And then to craft a block of a nanite, it takes a block of netherite as well. Very not cheap. I guess I have 3 reticulite bees left over, or nanite bees left over, but I don't care. We won't really need that much. So to make the Insanite bee, we just need to get our Nanite bee to pollinate a reticulite. So we'll just throw it in there. That should work. Get the Insanite bee spawn eggs. There we go. Now we have 4 Insanite bee spawns. 4 Insanite bees. Give them a feeding slab, a home. Now we got 4 upgraded of those guys. And I'm just going to guess that they block of pollinates. I'd be right. And this requires, ooh. To get that. Okay, so you do need that. Okay. I already forgot about full requirement. So we go ahead and just encode this into our system because for the what do you call it? The ATM star. So we can go ahead and encode this. Able to request block like so. Put on the feeding slab. Do that. Now we should have Insanite coming in the system, and we could technically, theoretically, now just rip up our entire reactor setup. But I'll just leave it for now. And to complete these tabs, I was going to put the other things in my inventory. I have not done that, so we need a Ludicrite with 76,000. Nanites, 18k. Which I almost have 10,000 of. There we go. And that completes the tab, pretty much. Anything that we care about, honestly. Maybe later I'll go back and complete the rest of the quests, but not needed right now, at least. I will for now, at least. Just go ahead and turn it off. Just so we don't run through all of our uranium. Just because we need it for our mechanism reactor still, so I don't want to like come into some weird ran out of uranium thing. Other than that, that's gonna finish the episode for today. Finished out reactors. We are that much closer to all the mod star. Much faster than what do you call it? Modern industrialization. Okay, what's the block? Oh, and 2. What's the quest say? Oh, it gives you like everything you need to do, I guess. Nice. But yeah, I'll see you all next one.